Mhm.
Hey there, Jordan Chariton.
Jenn Dize.
So we're doing this video because in journalism, it's very rare when you do real journalism, to actually think you could change something significantly. I mean,
Right.
we do this job to change things, but there's so many just dead ends you get that it's often when something like what just happens, it's like the girl saying yes to you for the prom or whatever is the girl.
And even when you think maybe something good will happen, maybe something good will come out of this reporting, it often doesn't.
So let me tell you what we're talking about. So at approximately, let's see, 3:40 Eastern time, about an hour before the live stream that we were going to do. By the way, we're not going live today.
Mhm.
Um, I got a call. I'm not going to get into full details of who it was from, but it was a senior uh, political official in Michigan. And that senior political leader in Michigan, I have been contacting various agencies about our November report. If you remember, we broke the story in November that the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality had essentially cooked the data in Flint for over 2 years. And if you didn't read the story, you could, we'll put the link under this video. Basically, what that means is we found that the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality had gone to homes in Flint that were on the official state testing study. So Michigan had a group of originally 650 homes that they were testing from 2016 to about middle of 2018. And these were the homes that the state of Michigan were using to basically say, mission accomplished, the lead levels are lowering. So they were consistently testing these homes, 1 month, then the next month, then the next month to see if the lead levels in the water were going down. We knocked on 450 doors between mostly in the summer, but then in the fall as well. We had sources telling us that the state had flushed residents' water lines, meaning you go in, you turn on the tap, you let the water run. In some cases, we found they did it for like 10 to 15 minutes, and then you take the lead and copper sample, which is 120% illegal. You cannot do that. It's against the EPA's main drinking water regulation, the lead and copper rule, because when you run the water, even running the water for 30 seconds right before you take a sample, you could be flushing out large quantities of lead that are stuck in the interior fixtures and those kinds of things. So we published this story. As we've already told you, we were supposed to publish it with Newsweek, and Newsweek, because they're corporate media and they're awful, killed the story. Okay. They thought it was too hard to explain. Well, in 24 hours after that, we published the story. Seems that people got it.
Yeah, people understood quite well.
Right. So we had published it the week of the midterms, which was difficult, but we wanted the story to be out in particular before the Michigan governor's election. You had people like, let's see, Ro Khanna, progressive congressman. Oh, let me start. Alyssa Milano, right there, called for an investigation. Susan Sarandon, the woman who destroyed America and elected Donald Trump, she called for an investigation. You had Congressman Ro Khanna call for an investigation. You had Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, now running for president, call for an investigation. Many others, Lee Merritt, a high-profile civil rights attorney representing Botham Jean's family and other murdered black men by police. So there's a lot of people calling for the investigation. And if we're being totally honest, I mean, I ain't knocking her personally, but Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's office has this information because I've spoken with her communications advisor. My assumption is they never brought it to her attention, so I hope they do. Rashida Tlaib, the new congresswoman that represents Detroit, she has this information. Congressman Elijah Cummings has this information. He's now the chairman of the Oversight Committee. So there's a lot of politicians that have this information but haven't publicly said anything for reasons I can't quite tell you. So we were kind of at a dead end or we felt like we were at a dead end because you don't want to just publish a story showing massive and a massive environmental cover-up, you want something done. So I kept reaching out. There's a new Michigan governor, Gretchen Whitmer. There was the new Michigan Attorney General, Dana Nessel. And without full details, I was, politely reaching out saying, are you going to do anything about this? And honestly, I just thought we were kind of just like yelling out into the cave. Ty is working on the documentary of our reporting, but we kind of felt like we didn't have a real conclusion because nobody seemed to be doing anything about our findings. And then I got a call this afternoon. Again, I don't want to jinx it or ruin any investigation that might happen, but we got a call from one of the highest level officials in the state of Michigan, that apparently, even though I had sent it a while ago, this had never gotten to. Sometimes important information about corruption and environmental scandals kind of get like stuck, with the rest of the papers. And I spoke with this person. Jen was there with me probably for a good 20 minutes. And it was one of the few elected leaders I've spoken with in Michigan that seemed to have a heart.
Yeah, an actual human heart and understanding and a desire to do something.
Right. So I wish I could tell you more, but I hope you understand why I'm not. But, this is a major, major development. Like the mailman that delivers mail to the governor isn't the one who called. We're talking like somebody who could actually do something. And when I say something, I mean somebody who can do something as far as holding those accountable who are responsible for cooking the data. When I say cooking the data, when you go, we found at least 35 homes where they did this. When you go in and you run people's water, the state, the environmental agency did it. You're consciously testing the wrong way. You're consciously testing in order to get a lower lead level. You're doing that while then, after the fact, sending these homeowners lead water results saying no lead.
Right.
So then they're having their babies and the adults are drinking the water because most of them couldn't afford to go buy bottled water because the ex-governor, Rick Snyder, shut down the water pods using the very same data that they manipulated.
Right.
So it's now 4:40 Eastern time. We're not going to go live because we have quite a lot of emails now to forward to this person.
It's really exciting. Finally, something could happen.
So we've
got to get it.
Yeah, we're not naive. This could be a false start, and the person looks into it, but for whatever reason, doesn't follow through. But why we always shit on the corporate media and why we always ask you to support us as members, $5 a month or GoFundMe. We'll put the links for both under the video. Is it takes money to actually create change.
Yeah.
I don't mean, money just so we could go like do shits and giggles. The only reason we were able to even break this story. And by the way, it's taken after breaking the story so much work just to get the officials to pay attention to it because corporate media wouldn't print the truth.
Yeah.
But the only reason we were able to do it is because we were able to be in Flint for, I think we were there for over about a month between summer and fall. We were there for a month, mostly on viewer donations.
Yep, absolutely.
Towards the end, it was in the beginning, it was some of our money, like personal money, but then it was viewer donations keeping us there. And frankly, this isn't an opportunity to knock them, but I would have never been able to stay in Flint for 2.5, 3 weeks working at the Young Turks, like just to investigate something. That wasn't something they wanted to invest in. They wanted you to do videos and get clicks and all that. And that's most organizations, not just the Young Turks. But since this is us and ours and yours, we aren't always about the immediate thrill of making something go viral.
Right.
And we were able to do like old school journalism when you see this documentary, I was exhausted watching it. And it was watching ourselves. Like I was like, holy shit, I can't believe we did all that. So this is really exciting. I'm sorry that I'm kind of being vague and who called us, but you're not getting a call from this person unless they want to do something.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Like, this is not somebody. This is on the food chain. This is one of the highest people in the state of Michigan, and the fact that they called me means that they A, are taking this seriously, and B, want to know more. And we did also talk about possibly meeting in person, because Ty and I are going to hit the road in the next few weeks. And one of the stops we were thinking of doing was Detroit. So we'd be able to meet with this person and their staff in Michigan. So this is really exciting. I also want to ask you for your thoughts on this, because you're newer to journalism than I am. But you always call me like, oh my God, you're so cynical. You think everyone's corrupt and this and that, because stuff like this rarely happens. Like, you rarely get a call from the politician who could do something. So were you kind of surprised when I came in the other room and was like,
yeah, because I was in the other room about to get started on another work project, and I knew that Jordan's phone had rung, but I didn't think anything of it. And then all of a sudden he runs towards the room and he's gesturing, come quickly, So I immediately turned on the recorder on my phone and started taking notes and stuff like that. And it was, that was really an experience, because this person cares. This person had clearly done the background that they could do to this point, and wanted more. And that's all we could ask for at this point.
And this person, without going into too much detail, this person's instrumental in putting people in jail. Mm-hmm. I would say that. Mm-hmm. Definitely instrumental. And, I'm not going to sit here giving false promises. My job and our job is just to report. You know what I think about ex-Governor Rick Snyder. I don't need to share what I think. You already know. But it's really interesting. And it also, I'm going to be honest with you. We take on the Democratic Party here. I don't think I need to get any street cred on us taking on the Democratic Party. But on the local level, this would have not happened under a Republican. This is now happening because there's a new Democratic governor, a new Democratic attorney general, and new Democratic officials. That doesn't mean these Democrats are the answer nationally, and it doesn't mean that they're perfect in Michigan, but it does mean we have to point out that I don't think this would have happened if it were a new Republican administration coming in.
Right now.
So as much as we critique the Democratic Party and criticize the Democratic Party nationally and on the local level too, when it's called for, we should say, this would not happen if it were a Republican. So you might not like me saying that, but that's the truth. That's really the case. As far as locally, I can't say that nationally, but locally, it definitely is. So this is exciting. We are usually would be going live in 15 minutes, but now we're going to spend probably 2 or 3 hours putting together emails to send to this person.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, and of course Sunday for our Super Chat Marathon, but I'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern.
And remember, become a member at statuscoup.com/join, because we are doing a Q&A Zoom call tonight at 7:30.
Oh, that's right. Good thing you brought that up. We are doing a Q&A Zoom call. I will not reveal on that call tonight who this person was, but we are doing a call tonight at 7:30 Eastern. If you're a $10 member, you are a Coup de Champion. You will be getting an invite. That's the $10 level gets you the monthly call with us. And if you're a patron too at that level, you'll be getting an invite. So this is our way of kind of being a little more informal with the audience. And you're on video and I'm on video and she'll be on video with our clothes on. And
I don't know why that was.
Well, it's a webcam, so. But yeah, so that's you'll get the invite. Sign up now to become a member. statuscoup.com/join.
Yay.
And I always say we're not gonna tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna show you. Membership is how these stories are gonna happen.
Right.
Membership is how we're gonna be able to go in the field and investigate things. And I can't wait if this goes somewhere where I think it is. God, this is gonna be big. So. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the Zoom call tonight, statuscoup.com/join.